find something, the meaning of it. So, Harry Potter is a wizard in a novel, a series of novels written by J.K. Rowling. I think that's an intentional definition of a character. It's not a real person. There aren't really wizards. That's just totally fiction. Extensional definitions are like this list of definitions. This list is an example of an extensional definition. Lexical definitions are definitions that use, all definitions do this. Lexical is normally associated with a dictionary, of the kind of books that you have. And those literally give you, it means this, or in another context it means this, or in another context, the OED, the Oxford English Dictionary, which is usually abbreviated just OED, so that eventually you'll forget that it means Oxford English Dictionary. It's considered to be like the monstrous collection of all the meanings of the English words that have ever occurred, at least as far as they've been able to record them. And those are lexical definitions. Stipulative definitions, from now on I'm going to refer to my water cup as George. So if I say, "Where's George?" this is what I mean. That's a hilarious example. I mean, where does that come into play? You can see that in legal terms. From now on, we'll refer to the members of the jury as the jury.
But it's also directly read out of the lexical definition too, because every lexical definition is only that way because we said this is computer, this is phone, so on and so forth.
But yeah. Usually, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so hereinafter called the plaintiffs.
Right.
Stipulative definition. Enumerative definitions. So we're talking about animals. That means we've got hippopotamuses.
Classification.
Hippopotamuses, 2 by 2, Eddie Izzard's, imagining a hippopotamus on a seesaw, and doing the motions and so on. But yeah, if you're listening to the list of animals that are being loaded on the ark by twos, all the things that crawl, all the snakes coming at once, all the other animals, the elephants, the hippos, the rhinoceroses, marmots, moles, mice, cats. Don't eat the mice. How did he keep them from eating one another, even after they just got off the ark? But that's an enumerative definition. And of course, you wonder what happened to the flies. Did he save 2 flies? Yes. Yes. He obviously saved 2 flies. Definition by subclass. So birds are animals. Fish are animals. The individual that, it says, what do fish and birds have in common? Says the farmer in the one survey. They don't have anything in common. There's a bird is a bird and flies, and the fish is a fish and swims. They don't have anything in common. So you can critique that and say he's not aware that they are both subclasses of animals. we usually go by what? Genus, family, species,
Off the ground.
indicating subclass. So that's another type of definition. Synonymous definitions. That's actually, I think, limited to more complex languages like English, because we have remembering, and we have anamnesis. Anamnesis is the Greek word for remembering. Remembering is the Latin word for anamnesis. English uses both. I think we say remember mostly, but anamnesis, amnesia, not remembering, is Greek. We use that more than forgetting, which is the Latin version. So I can say things are synonymous because I have multiple languages that have come together in our more complex language. And I can say this is the German word for, fish
Right.
is fish. In French, it's shoot, I don't remember. Poisson, right? Yeah, poisson. Poisson is fish in French. Which is funny because poison is poisonous
Right.
in English. And in German, poison is gift. So when you take your German tourists on a bus to Talkeetna and they stop at a gift shop, that's a poison shop for Germans. Is that strictly speaking synonymous? Or would we call that instead a language, a Larousse, French dictionary, French-English dictionary? Operational definitions. In this class, I've been using the term test to refer to 4 different documents that you need to email me in order for me to give you a grade of A for the class, plus the quiz questions, which altogether form another 20% of the grade. So altogether, everybody's already got an A, I think, just about. Some people have already sent me test 4, so I'm trying to think, how the heck am I going to entertain these people for another couple of weeks, right?
No.
'Cause
That's how I would start it.
hurry up, don't forget, because things happen to people. Somebody, emails me, gee, I had to move twice, I got this and that and this, and another person has moved to Virginia because of military things. They're still in the class, of course. Notice all that shouldn't interfere with my goal of making sure everybody gets an A.
My problem is it's just like, it kind of gets buried, because I feel like it's not as demanding, because you're pretty lenient on just like. send
I'm
it to
very
me. And
lenient.
So, yeah, so it's just like for me, like if you're taking like anatomy and like, I'm taking like microbiology right now and stuff, it's like all
Oh
that.
my goodness, they want you to actually
Yeah,
know
they
stuff.
want, yeah. It's like, it just gets buried a little bit. So I'll be like sitting on my computer just going through, it'll be like 11 o'clock on a Sunday, and I'll just be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Haven't done any of the quiz questions for the past 2 weeks, and I'll just like rapid fire them and just send them to you.
Logic 101 is actually a 3-credit course, so if you don't get an A on this,
It's a prerequisite for the nursing program.
well,
Is it really?
It is, that's,
Good.
well,
I like that.
changed my major now, but we're already this far into the semester, so he's just like, go to logic, and I was like, okay. And so,
well,
yeah.
and it's entertaining. I show comedians that might make you laugh. It didn't actually. I watched your faces and no one laughed.
I chuckled.
As
Not
much
even
as
at
a
his
stand-up
outfit.
comedian will get from
Not
his
even his
white
outfit
dude.
made you laugh. You know, at least his British accent would have been hilarious.
So like my roommate cornered me and she's like, I need you to watch the stand-up comedian with me, and I'm just like, I'm just not into stand-up comedy, and she's like, no, it's so funny, and then like 30 minutes and we just like sitting on the couch, and it's just like, it's so uncomfortable. I can't forcibly laugh.
Can't you get a different couch?
We need one. I don't know if you've seen the dorm couches, but it's like
I have
straight.
seen them.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That was supposed to be funny because what made it uncomfortable was not the couch.
Yeah, I saw where you're
Yeah.
going.
So even my jokes are not funny.
Well,
That's just wrong.
it's like we were talking about, it's relation, you know? Jokes meet people in the place where they're at.
Some people try to help. You know, like someone told me a joke the other day. You know, the priest was, you know, in town, and a woman said to him, "How about a quickie for $20?" And the priest didn't know what she was talking about. That's funny because, of course, they probably would. But when he goes, you know, back, he's heading back to the monastery, and as he's heading there, he sees a nun, and he asks her, "Sister so-and-so, you know, what's a quickie?" And she says, $20, same as downtown.
Oh. Oh. Gnarly.
Okay, just for the record, the males laughed, and the females just totally ignored me. And I'm uncomfortable with that joke. You know, so this is an example of how friends have tried to help me with my quest to understand humor. And that's the kind of thing that they give me, and I feel like, oh. I mean, nuns were the people that instructed me for the first 8 years of my education, not counting my kindergarten, because that was a public school instead. And you know, I don't even remember her. I know it was a her. It was a young person. I remember she was trying to teach me how to finger paint. But, you know, it's not really one of the memories that's, you know, the smell of the room I remember, and the feel of the materials that we were being introduced and to do art. But mostly I remember the school bus itself, because that was the only one I ever took a bus to go to school. So, so sorry about my quality of humor. I actually, if you go to my website and you go to
Sorry, my son just whacked his head apparently at school.
oh no. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I remembered it. What a memory.
Clean ones.
Yeah, I don't have a link to this. I have to remember the actual address to it. But so, are you laughing at the jokes? Yes, I found some that she's laughing at. Yay! I can make it a little bit bigger too. How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on it. How do you catch a tame rabbit? Tame way, unique up on it. These are actually,
Dad jokes.
yeah, terrible jokes. That's synonymous, right? Dad jokes and terrible jokes. It's synonymy, right? How do crazy people go through the forest? They take the psychopath. How do you get holy water? You boil the hell out of it. What do fish say when they hit a concrete wall? Damn. What do Eskimos get from sitting on the ice too long? Polaroids.
Oh,
These are bad. These are really bad. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't work? A stick. I mean, they're so bad they can be funny, right? Yes, yes, yes. Da 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 da.
Like Santa's Quattro Cinco. That
Quattro
one's good.
Cinco.
That's a good one.
What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. What do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire? Frostbite. What lies at the bottom of the ocean and twitches? A nervous wreck. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast